So I'm reshooting my TEDx talk because of network issues in the Google Meet. In the actual event, the audio and video wasn't that clear. But I'll be including that at the end of this video so you can move forward to watch the original talk. It's my sheer fortune that I was allowed to tell my story in this event, which will be hosting such eminent persons. I have been a great admirer of Nexus Power due to their revolutionary battery technology. And I've been a long time follower of Vikalp sir since he started Go Ibibo. And it's such a pleasure to be here. So my story begins. Two lives clinging to one. With luggage in one hand and me on the other, and my yet to be born brother inside her, my mother stood at the station for going home. This is just one of the many incidents she faced all alone because of being a single mother. She, my hero, taught me endurance. She truly carried the whole universe on her shoulders, yet made it look like a pair of wings. Being a single mom, she was the only one present. Maybe when I missed my school bus or my brother is to be vaccinated. But telling, a bit here and there will dilute the subject. So I'll be focusing on three main stories. First, when I was in school in St. Xavier's Khandagiri, Bhubaneswar, I got a pencil nib stuck in my left ear while picking it. And I had to wait for 3 long days for an ENT appointment. The pain was excruciating, and my mother took leave for the whole time and she stayed with me. Here, she taught me that we must endure the pain in crisis of health. My second story is quite interesting, as I burst my quota of crackers in Diwali, but as any kid, I wasn't satisfied. So I demanded more. Mother said no, simply because we exhausted our monthly budget. I was wailing like a baby whole day and I didn't eat at all that day. In night, mother cried silently alone. The next day when I went to Ma and said that I'm sorry, she told me that we must endure financially, that bad times are transient and they pass away. My third story is right here in SCB when we came to see renowned psychiatrist Dr. N.M. Rath for my OCD. For the whole day we stood in line and it was so hot and congested. I felt restless and was continuously complaining. Mother smiled and told me, "Beta, you need to endure with patience." But then she did pay off a staff to get me in and I learned how to bribe. But that's a different story. Last year, she succumbed to COVID-19. Her last words to me, even in the ICU bed, were, "Why did you come here? Did I tell you to? Couldn't you wait till I returned home?" Even there, she was concerned about me. But I did endure her loss. I have learned well, Ma. There are nearly 45 million single moms right here in India, facing the challenges and difficulties on a daily basis. My mother was just one of them. So before it's too late, I request you all to just go and give a tight hug to your mom. Say her openly that you are grateful. It's not a very big story, but I hope it's impactful. And at last I would say that I salute the selfless, lifelong act of motherhood. Thank you.
Moving on next, we have our next story. And our next story is by Chandan Chowdhury from INS Sam Bhuvaneshwar. He's an 8th semester student, and he has something very emotional, very touching, very inspiring, and very life changing for himself and maybe for all of us to share with you. Chandan, the stage, the screen is all yours.
So, is the video and audio all right?
Yes, Chandan, perfect.
Okay. So, it's my sheer fortune to be telling my story at an event which is hosting such eminent persons. I've been a great admirer of Nexus Power, which is revolutionizing the battery technology, and I've been a long time follower of especially Vikalp sir. So it's a pleasure. So now to begin my story. Two lives clinging to one, with luggage in one hand, me on the other, and yet to be born, my brother inside her. My mother stood at the station for going home. This is just one of the incidents that she faced as a single mother. She, my hero, taught me to endure. She truly carried the whole universe on her shoulders and yet made it look just like a pair of wings. Being a single mom, she was the only one present when, say, I missed my school bus or my brother got vaccinated. But telling bits and pieces will simply dilute the subject. So I'll be focusing just on three stories. First was when I was in school in St. Xavier's Khandagiri. I got a pencil nib inside my left ear while picking, and I had to wait for 3 long days to get an EAT appointment, and I was in a lot of pain. She took leave and stayed the whole time with me. Here, she taught me to endure pain, crisis of health. Second story is quite interesting, as I burst my quota of crackers in Diwali, but as all kids, I was not satisfied, so I demanded for more. Mother said no, simply because our monthly budget was exhausted. That day I didn't eat anything and I was just wailing like a baby. In night, mother cried silently, alone. The next day, when I went to her and told her that I'm sorry, she told me to endure financially and said that bad times are transient, they pass away. Third story was right here in SCB when we went to see the renowned psychiatrist, Dr. Rat for my OCD. We waited in line for the whole day. It was so congested and hot, and I was feeling restless. I was only complaining. How we need to endure sometimes with patience. Now, she did give some money to a staff to get me in, and they were teaching me bribe, how to bribe. But that's another topic. Uh, comes my last was from could you wait till I got home? If she was, I did hear her laugh. I said today, Alma, million single mothers in India. My one, so I would request if it's too late, just go to your mother, give her a hug, and say openly, this is uh, not very long.
Chandan, this is Pritiman
And,
here.
and
Can we have a repeat and with a better clarity? There seems to be some. So can we restart it again because the voice was cracking and so the sentences were not complete.
one second. What, let me
a small interruption there. We'll be having Chandan back really soon. There's some network issue. Well, that's something that happens in online events. That's something we are all accustomed over the last 1 year going into our classes, joining in webinars, and we have seen this everywhere. So please bear with us. Till then, the comment section is all yours as our first participant, Biswajit, beautifully told about his friend. You might all have your own best friend, your own one friend from your childhood who changed your life. So go on, fill in the comment section and tell that who was that big influence in your life, or simply who was that big influence or one big incident in your life. Just name that person, go on and fill in the comment section. That is all
Hello,
yours because we want to give a voice to everyone. Yes, Chandan.
am I audible now?
Yes, Chandan.
Okay, is the network issue solved?
Yes, you're audible right now. If there is any issue, I'll surely tell you whenever there is. Please go on,
Okay,
Chandan.
okay. So should I start again?
Yes, that will be really good. Everybody would love to hear it again.
Okay, okay, okay. So it's my sheer fortune to be telling my story in this event, where which will be hosting such eminent personalities like Nishita and Nikita for Nexus Power. I've been a great admirer of their work, especially their revolutionizing battery technology, and I've been a long-time follower of especially Vikalp sir. So it's my pleasure. To begin the story, I'd start now. Two lives clinging to one. With luggage in one hand, me on the other, and my yet to be born brother inside her, my mother stood at the station for going home. This is just one of the incidents that she faced as a single mother. She, my hero, taught me to endure. She truly carried the whole universe on her shoulders, yet made it look like a pair of wings. Being a single mom, she was the only one present, say when I missed my school bus or when my brother had to get vaccinations. But telling these stories in bits and pieces will dilute the subject. So I'll be focusing on three stories only. First is when I was in school and I got a pencil nib in my ear, in my left ear, when I was picking it. I had to wait for 3 long days to get an ENT appointment, and I was in a lot of pain. Mother took leave and she stayed with me for the whole time. Here, she taught me that we need to endure pain in crisis of health. My second story is quite interesting, as in Diwali, I burst my quota of crackers, but as any kid, I was unsatisfied, so I demanded for more. Mother said that, no, you won't get it, simply because we exhausted our monthly budget. That day, I didn't even eat, and I was wailing like a baby. In night, my mother cried silently, alone. The next day, when I went to her and told her sorry, she made me sit and told that we need to endure financially, that bad times are transient and will pass away one day. My third story was right here in SCB when we came to visit, came to see Dr. N.M. Rath of psychiatry for my OCD. Whole of the day we had to stand in line and it was so congested. It was very hot and I was only complaining and I was restless. Mother said that, see, beta, you need to endure with patience. But she finally did pay a staff to get me in and taught me how to drive. Last year, due to this ongoing COVID pandemic, my mother passed away. Even in her deathbed in ICU, she told me that, why did you come here now? Couldn't you wait till I returned home? Even there, she was concerned about me. But I did endure her loss. I learned well, ma. There are nearly 45 million single mothers in India right now, fighting alone every day. My mom was just one of them. So the message that I want to give is that tell openly to your mother that you are grateful to her. Go give her a tight hug. The story is not very long, but I hope it's impactful. At last, I will say that I salute the selfless, lifelong act of motherhood. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chandan. This was really moving. And I think there cannot be any two opinions about the role of mother. And in your case, someone who took it all alone, took it all onto herself to give you the best in life. And I'm sure wherever she'll be proud of you because you are someone who's coming out and putting this out in the open. And there will be a lot of others like you, and I'm sure they'll learn from you and they'll be inspired by your words. So thank you so much, Chandan, for sharing your life so beautifully with all of us. Thank you so much, Chandan.
You see your dawn to shine.